back with another topic for y'all that we can discuss. Let's see who we got in the building, man. We got a few people that's going to help us out tonight. I see my brother from another mother in the building. I got to get with his hat collection, man, because he stay on it, man. Come on to the stage, my homeboy, Big Corey G. What up, Corey?
Good evening, brother. Good evening, brother. Good evening, brother. Good evening, everyone out there in the world.
How you feeling, man? You looking nice tonight. Where do you get your hats from? Well, I don't know if you want to tell the public.
No,
but your hat game be on point.
Well, thank you, sir. Until I get some money from them, I can't divulge the information. But they are great. I only wear one brand. That's the New Era. That's the best brand for fitted hats.
New Era.
Yeah, New Era. They're the best. That's who the baseball players wear. And okay. I wear size 8 if anybody would like to.
Okay.
Hats my way.
Size 8 people. Let me get my light right. That's about right. We leave it right there. Yeah, it was on auto. I don't like it on auto. All right, cool. Hey, Corey, I see another person in the building. Hey man, it's my baby, my queen. She got her light on. She's glowing tonight. Come on to the stage. Matter of fact, let me do it like that. Come on to the stage. Queen Destiny. What's up, babe?
She ain't got no theme music yet.
What's it go? You know what?
She needs theme music, Dave.
Theme music for yeah. Hey, thank you, babe, for joining tonight. We're gonna have a discussion about gold digging. So put your thinking cap on and help us. I mean, look, you represent the ladies tonight. I mean, there might be some ladies in the comments, and as a matter of fact, shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube, man. We got Retro Gang in the building, man. Shout out to Retro Rick. Come on up to the stage, cuzzo. I ain't even got to introduce you. Come on to the stage, cuzzo. Kicks in the building.
Cuzzo. Family. Appreciate you for having me on the panel.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, first of all, thank you for joining the other night on the breakdown. Great episode.
Yeah, something different, something dope, man. Stepping outside the shoebox tonight with y'all, man. There's how we doing. Corey, what's popping?
What's up, brother?
My man Retro in the building. Hey, Retro Gang is in the building, man. Look at this. Your people pulling up, man. I see Jalen said, yo. Jalen said, yo.
Y'all know we got the Black Brian Gumbo tonight. Y'all don't go nowhere. A lot of y'all know my cousin Dave, man. Y'all look, this is some topics, man. Y'all here for a reason. Thank y'all for pushing up, family.
Did you say the Black Brian Gumbo?
Yeah, the Black Brian. I call my boy the Black Brian Gumbo. He got those talking points. You know what he doing, man. This is lame, man. Y'all sit back and enjoy.
That's right.
Oh wow, that kills me. I'm like, yo, Brian Gumbo was black. He was like,
I know, but you the Black Brian Gumbo.
He was like, yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
I know what you said.
Right.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. All right. So look, man, we're gonna turn the music down so we can just kind of cool out. All right, boom. Hey, look, man, for all of the lifers that's watching, man, shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all follow Retro Rick and Maddie's Kicks. And for all of the Retro Gang, man, that's following, thank you for stepping away from Retro Vision. It's still Retro Vision. It's just over here on After Dark. But thank you for joining the show tonight, man. And make sure y'all comment and do all that stuff. So tonight, y'all, we want to talk about a topic that I thought was interesting. And the topic is gold digging. There it is. Let me gold digging. Is gold digging wise or foolish? Now, don't answer that. Just think about it. Is gold digging wise or foolish? Now, why did I come up with this? I came up with this because your boy Anthony Edwards, his baby moms. I'm gonna pull this article up so y'all can see it. And here it is. Anthony Edwards has a baby mama, and her name is Aisha Howard. And recently they were in the news because she had a child by Anthony Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pulling her up right here. There you go. All right, it's down at the bottom. Before presenting, remove. Oh, I got to remove some. Okay. There it is. All right, this is Anthony Edwards right here. I'll make it bigger so we can see it. All right, Anthony Edwards plays for the Timberwolves. Some people think he's Michael Jordan's illegitimate child. That's a whole nother story. But he kind of looked like Mike. But this is his baby mom, Aisha Howard. Aisha Howard, you guys, it has a baby by another famous person. Does anybody in the comments know who her other baby daddy is? Anybody in the comments? Okay. Well, hold on. I want to see what the comments know. We're gonna wait.
It ain't me.
All right, hold on. Oh, somebody else is pulling up. Hold on. All right, I just sent the link out. It's gonna be a family affair, Retro. It's gonna be a family affair.
I hope not,
You know-
Corey.
That's right. But what's crazy is her name is Aisha.
Yeah.
And she got these Atlanta dudes, and didn't the ABC tell them about Aisha?
Yep. ABC, another bad creator.
Aisha, you are the
You
girl,
are the girl that I never had.
And
I
I
want know you better. Yeah.
Ooh,
And that came right after BBD. Never trust a big button to smile.
that's
So
right.
that should have told people something. So so this
I
young
don't
lady
think
right
Homie
here.
was born when that. I don't think Homie was born when that came out, though, man.
No, Aunt was not born,
I
but
don't
she
get no
was.
disrespect. I don't what you said she was.
She was. She's 38.
Oh, sheesh. Okay.
Damaris said, "Happy Thursday, panel. Happy Thursday after dark." Thank you, Damaris. One of my lifers in the building. Shout out to her. Oh, we got some family in the building. Hold on, fam. Wave at me when you're ready. Okay, but wait. This is what I need you to do. Get your camera adjusted, fam. Get it adjusted. Get it. Because all I see the top.
Perfectionist. I told y'all.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
come
on
on, there you go.
avatar
Yeah.
mode. I ain't got
There you
enough
go.
lights on.
Oh, you sit in the bed. Don't be sure. Listen, I know you're a married woman. Don't be showing your thighs on the internet. Okay.
Oh, no.
I had to tell my wife that. I said, "Baby, be careful. We about to be on the internet." All right, come on to the stage. Hey, this is my cousin from my dad's side of the family. Come on to the stage, cousin Bronze. What's up, Bronze?
Hey, family.
What's up, cousin? So
going on?
Bronze. So Bronze. Got my wife Destiny. You know Des. I got my cousin Ricky, Retro Rick. He's from my mom's side of the family. Me and Retro were just in Atlanta for a memorial service for one of our other cousins. So this is a family affair. And then Corey went to high school with me, man. He was my neighbor for 10 years out there in Lithonia. So yeah, this is a family affair. Perfect timing. All right, so Bronze, what I need you to do though, I'm gonna take you off camera. I need you to turn your phone horizontal so that you're in landscape mode. All right. I'm sorry, that's got to be right.
Perfectionist. I told y'all. Perfectionist.
It's got to be right. There it is.
Hey,
There you go,
Richard,
cousin.
and cut.
And they go, and then there went
We're
the thighs.
back.
There went the
Wow.
thighs.
There we go. Yeah, we good.
You good? Just don't let it drop down. 'Cause no more thigh action. I don't want your husband mad at me. 'Cause-
Oh, God.
All right, so look, y'all. This is Anthony Edwards and Aisha Howard. Anthony Edwards, it has been in the news lately because him and Aisha just had a child. Aisha has a child by another famous person. That person would be Corey, who?
A little baby.
Lil Baby.
Baby.
So she's had a child by Lil Baby,
Uh-huh.
and she's now had a child by Anthony Edwards. Now, why this is of note is because of what they're saying happened. They're saying, there it is. The rumor is that Anthony Edwards paid 18 years of child support up front. The rumor is he paid $5,000 a month for 12 months times 18. I think that's 204 months is what I think it is. Or maybe it might be 212. I'll do the math for y'all real quick. But he paid, because I was tripping. 12 months times 18 years is 216 months. They're saying that Anthony Edwards paid $5,000 a month for 216 months up front. He paid a grand total of $1,080,000 up front. The child ain't even 1 year old yet. And I was just like, how do you... I'm so confused. Did y'all hear that? Anybody else hear that? Anybody else want to react to that number? Why would a man pay up front, and why would a woman allow him to pay up front? Like what?
Allow.
I think me personally, I think he don't want to deal with her. I mean, it's obviously he don't want to deal with her.
Mm.
And then I'm saying,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
I was gonna say he don't want to deal with her. That maybe that's his way, just like, yo, I'm gonna take care of mine. And then people are like, yo, that's maybe not enough, or that's not it. But who's to say he just doing that because that's what the court ordered him to do. We got birthdays, you got Christmas, you got other stuff up there. If he want to pay extra and whatever, he can. But that's what the court ordered him to do. So,
So the
touchy
court-
situation for a lot of people, man. They saying that's a lot of money. Obviously, he didn't want to deal with it, so he's like, man, let me just go and get it out the way. 1 point, whatever million. Was it a son? I don't even. Was it a boy or a girl? I don't even.
It's a girl.
I don't even know.
Girl.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Okay. So,
Ooh,
but the,
I got
but
4
the,
girls, man.
But the child's still an infant, right, Corey?
Yes, the child is still in for some months old.
Okay.
But-
Okay. Yeah. No. Continue, please.
Aunt told her in the beginning, he didn't, it's supposed to be just a smash. They were not in a relationship. It's supposed to be hit it, quit it. And this is what happened. And
Okay. Well, this is a whole nother topic. Why the hell didn't he strap up if he knew it was going to be hit and quit it? I mean, dang. It's premeditated. Getting her pregnant. Dang.
On both ends, though, if you're gonna say that, because at the
Exactly.
same time, she's knowing that he's not wrapping up.
Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, just
we don't know for sure.
It could have been a deal made. We don't know.
Exactly. Thank you, Rick.
I'm just it go both ways, and we gonna say it about
It
him.
goes
Like, he just
both-
went in
well,
without no protection. She let him go in out of protection. So obviously, they both knew that no matter what, anybody with common sense to say we gonna possibly can have a child.
She already knew this. She already had one by little baby. She's 38.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, if I was him, no, never mind. I can't. He's old enough. He's 23.
So I read something.
She could have taken advantage of him.
I read something where she was telling the judge in the little baby situation, I make $25,000 a year, and basically I'm low. I don't have a lot of money. And so she was just like telling the judge in the little baby case, I need him to pay these things because I don't make any money. But let's actually hear from her. Well, before I even play her, let me show you guys this one article. Okay. So continuing, here it is. All right. I know it's a bit of a eye test, but I'll zoom in. It says Aisha Howard is reportedly throwing water on the rumors that the NBA star Anthony Edwards paid the entirety of his child support up front. The rumor began on March 31st when a user on X claimed that Edwards, 23, requested to pay the whole 18 years up front. The post quickly went viral and said that the Timberwolves All-Star confidentially paid $1,880,000 in child support, $1,008,000 in child support all at once. But Howard, whose Instagram bio says she is a CEO, a brand ambassador, and a music artist, has reportedly denied the rumors. In an exclusive statement to the Shade Room, she said, there are no court documents, motions, or proceedings that have occurred, nor have I been offered or agreed to such terms. So this is her. Okay. Now let's actually listen to something that she had to say, and this is the crux of the episode tonight. The question of tonight is gold digging. Is it wise or foolish? Gold digging. Is it wise or foolish? And let's get a definition of gold digging. Let's listen to what this brother right here had to say. One not Twitter. What's the name of that joint? TikTok. One TikTok user had this to say.
All right, so I have a question.
Oh.
Man with the $1 million.
That's your fault.
That's my fault. I hit the wrong. Hold on. Here it is.
Slippage of the hand.
There it is. I was trying to zoom in, Corey. Oh, it don't like to zoom in, Corey. So I won't zoom in. Okay.
Yeah, gold digging is foolish if you use a spoon.
You said if you what now?
If you use a spoon,
Dum-dum. All right, there it is. Let's listen to what this guy had to say.
So I have a question, right? If a girl chooses a man based on his money, does that make her a gold digger, or is it simply her looking for security? What's the difference between the two? Reply to this and let me know.
So that's the question. If a woman marries a man for security, is she a gold digger, or is she just someone looking for security? If she marries a man for money, so that's I'm gonna ask that to the panel. If a woman marries a man for money, and key word there is marries, is it gold digging or is it just searching for security? And let me start with one of the ladies.
I mean, that could go both ways. I could see it going both ways, but more so than anything, it depends on the woman because the woman will let you know up front. He got to have this, he got to have that. So, when you hear those words, you know what I'm saying, is gold digging. But then you have those who are, just looking for that security, looking for that father figure that they never had. They already have daddy issues. So it's just that security part of it.
Okay. So you would say yes, it's security, not necessarily gold digging.
It can go, like I said, it can go both ways. To me, it can go both ways because
Okay.
I've heard both sides. I hear women who literally seek the ones that have the money, and you have some who just, hey, they let them know, I don't have this, that, and the other. They're looking for the security.
Okay. Okay. All right. Destiny, what do you think, babe?
I think it's a problem if that's the only thing that a woman is looking at when she's choosing to accept a marriage proposal or like deciding if this individual is suitable for marriage. Like if your only criteria is hey, he has to have money, hey, he has to have um hey, he has to be rich, then I would say that that's wrong. But if you're looking at his financial security as like one thing and part of like a bigger package, then I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why would you want to marry somebody that has something going on for themselves? The same way that I'm pretty sure most men who are educated or most men that are hardworking and have good jobs, they want a woman who's also doing something for herself. Right. So does that make him wrong because he wants her to actually have something going on? So I would say if
Good point.
she's only looking at that and saying like, I don't care about nothing else, as long as he got money, I'm gonna marry him. That's it. It don't matter if I love him or not. Then that's gold digging. That's wrong. But if you're looking at him and you're saying, okay, is he educated? No. But is he hardworking? Yes. He has a good job. Okay, yes, if we get married and we have children, does he have the ability to support these children? Like, or to help support these children? That's important. And I would say that considering a man's financial status is like just one brick in the layer of like deciding if you want to marry him.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Big Corey G. Is if a woman is interested in a man's money, is it gold digging or is it just wanting security?
security has nothing to do with money. Um, Gold digging is you just looking at the money, period.
Mm.
That's it. You
Mm.
don't care about a person's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care about anything else but it's basically just being selfish. What you can do for me, not what I can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Expand
too.
expand on the idea that security is more than money. What you mean by that?
Um, when a woman looking for security, she wants a person that is a protector,
Mm-hmm.
someone who is there for her, hopefully emotionally, and can guide the family into a way to make it better. And
Come
most of
on
the time,
now.
that doesn't have to deal with money
Come on
at
now.
all.
Yeah.
So most times, I had to say most women are looking for that type of security.
Mm.
Um,
You said protection.
Protection.
What was the other
Um,
thing you said? You said
um,
guidance.
Guidance.
You dropped another
And
gem.
I did. I sure did.
We'll get on the replay, but those are good because those things aren't necessarily money related.
No, it's not. It's not money
Yeah,
related at all. I say emotionally as well, attachment to the person.
emotion. Yep,
Mhm.
yep. Damaris in the comments, she said stability,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Mhm.
And to answer what Des and Bronze was saying, she said it basically depends on the type of woman that she is as to whether it's actually gold digging or not.
Right.
Hey, welcome to the stage. Your camera's not on. You gotta let me know if you can come to you can turn your camera on. I'm talking to there you go. Come off mute for me, TG.
Hey,
What's up, TG?
how are you guys?
Yo,
Sorry, I was on the phone with something, so I forgot it was 7. I came
No
late.
problem. It's a bit of a delay, but that's okay. I think it'll work. TG, do me a favor though. I'm gonna take you off camera and try to go. I don't know if you can, but try to take your
Like
there
this?
it is. There it is, yeah.
Okay.
But you got to turn the rotate lock off. It's a rotation lock. You got to turn that off.
Oh, let me
Yeah,
see.
so swipe down on your iPhone and hit the little lock with the circle around it. Hit that and unlock the rotate lock.
Let me
And
see.
then
Man, how you know she got an iPhone? She could have an Android.
TG is a big baller shot caller. I know she got an iPhone.
No, I do have
Oh,
my
hold on,
iPhone.
man. What you got to be a baller to have
yeah,
iPhone?
exactly. See,
You gold digging,
really
cuz.
gold digging. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Let me see.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gold digging. All right, Jay, so let's watch the clip. Check this out, y'all. This is the actual. Well, there's one more setup clip. I'll play this one more setup clip. The other setup clip is another TikToker, which had this to say. And this is someone from the Caucasian persuasion, so we can't say it's always us. Let me see what she had to
Man,
say.
Anna Nicole Smith, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, we could talk about whether Anna was a gold digger, but check this out.
People be like, she's a gold digger. She wants a guy with money. I'm trying to look for my husband and the father of my children. Why would I not want a guy that has a provider mindset? Why would I not want a guy that can provide financial stability for my future family?
Mm.
I'm going to make sure that whoever I am dating to be the father of my children and my husband, I'm going to make sure that he is financially stable so that my children don't suffer.
All right,
Man,
real
hold
quick.
on. Man,
Hold on. Yeah, come on.
real
Thank,
quick,
thank
bro.
you.
I
Come
got
on.
something to say.
Come on. Yeah.
Hey,
I
real
got something to
quick.
say.
Yeah.
Ladies
Go ahead,
first.
Rick.
Ladies
Go ahead.
first. No, ladies
Yeah,
first. Go
please.
ahead, bro. Ladies first.
Again, I don't agree with that because the way I've always looked at stuff like that, what if one day I'll wake up and my husband is not moving?
Mm.
Right.
And if I've always depended upon him, what am I gonna do once he's gone? Go find the next person that's gonna do what he was doing? It's just as well as I would want my husband to be able to provide. I too want to be able to provide because, like I said, if something happens to my husband today or tomorrow, I want to know that I can still stand on my own 2 feet and not rely on finding someone else to come in and step in where he left off. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Well, let me push back a little bit, Cuzzo. So I know that listen, the women in our family are strong and independent, and also good wives. So shout out to all of our grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, which taught our generation to be family oriented. But I got a question. Even though you can take care of yourself and you are co-providing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid something were to happen to someone, you would be able to handle it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean though that you can't want a man with money or means or stability. Because the white girl just said, why shouldn't I want a man that can't provide? It don't say that she can't. It just says she also wants him to be capable. You know what I'm saying? So I think the balance here is it wrong to look for someone capable? That's my question.
But
Yeah,
one
what if he
thing,
hit
she,
the
and
what if he hit the lottery, man? What if someone hit the lottery if you with somebody and got a certain amount of money? That don't count.
I mean,
No, I'm
yeah.
saying so. Then, like seriously, if she mess around and or whoever the guy hits the lottery and decides that he don't want to mess with her prenup, then what?
Mm. So
She
you're saying,
lost.
you're saying if the person is not a giver, it don't matter what kind of money they got. That's what you're saying, cuz?
Yeah, because I mean, if she's saying she want to provide, I heard provider stability, but she also said she wanted a man that that can have the money. But
Right?
just like going back to Corey said, you don't have to have the money to be a provider. Now, say if they link up, get together, he mess around and hit the lottery, or vice versa, the shoe was on the other foot, and they decide, hey man, I see how you was moving, I want a prenup. I don't think you winning all the way. I mean,
Mm.
it kind of, you know what I'm saying? It can go both ways. Like,
It
everybody
can.
was saying it
Yeah,
doesn't go both ways. But this statement, what she's saying, I just kind of was keening in what she said about the money, because you don't have to be making money to provide.
right.
Well, wait.
But
Let's listen to her one more time. And I'm not defending her, but I want to draw a comparison to how we react to white women that say they want a man with money and how we react to black women that say they want a man with money. Because I think sometimes sisters get a bad rap when they want a man that can
People be
provide.
like, she's a gold digger. She wants a guy with money. I'm trying to look for my husband and the father of my children.
Right there, she's saying I'm looking for a husband. And the contrast would be that a quote unquote gold digger ain't looking for a husband. They're looking for a sponsor or a meal ticket. But let me
yeah,
keep rocking.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why would I not want a guy that has a provider mindset? Why would I not want a guy that can provide financial stability for my future family? So, yeah, I'm going to make sure that whoever I am dating to be the father of my children and my husband, I'm going to make sure that he is financially stable so that
So that my children
my
don't suffer.
children don't
But she's
suffer.
saying make sure she's already got her mind preset. Is money or nothing. She's going to make sure she's already dead set. So she's not even trying to even think about the next Joe, or even
But
thinking
but
about
I
another
didn't
relationship that she can possibly fall in love with somebody. She's saying, she's
true.
letting you know. And I can
But
respect that, but just pay attention to the wordplay. She's letting you know
yeah.
off top. That's a red flag to me, bro.
and not
To
only
me.
that, she never did say what she was going to contribute to this either. It's
Okay.
all about what she wanted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. But I'm
So
gonna argue. But yes,
go ahead.
please, Corey, because I got a pushback.
Okay, well, I'm about to say how I feel about what gold digging is to me. All gold diggers are selfish. They don't care about having a husband or somebody that's doing something for the family. It's like, what can he do for me, 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 me? That's it.
Right.
That's what the gold digger is. That's
And
all
that
they focus on is them.
them
Them.
selfish.
That's it.
All right. When I listened to this young lady speak, what I heard was for my family, for my kids, a husband with a provider mentality. Now, take those same statements and don't apply them to family or kids. Don't make it a husband. Take those same exact statements. I want a man that's a provider mentality. I want a man that's going to take care of me and make sure I'm good. Make it all selfish, like Corey just said. And I think the white girl would have sounded much more like a gold digger to me. Her statement to me was, I'm looking for a husband and I need a husband that's capable. I didn't hear gold digger. Now, maybe I'm just being, I don't know, but yeah, anybody got comments to that before I play something else? TG?
Davia,
Hey, TG, go ahead.
hi guys. So I even replied to you earlier, like saying the same thing. Uh, as a person, I work hard. I think the hardest working woman in most case, right? But I literally agree with her because my situation too, and the things women looking for okay, when they put gold digger, because they sometimes it kind of get confusing, because I see some videos on Instagram the other day. The lady said, "You want me to dig poverty then if you don't want me to gold dig?"
Oh, I'm about
I
to play
can't.
that. Yeah, I'm playing that. So
Yeah,
she's
so
just for the people that couldn't understand the accent. Instead of digging gold, it's digging poverty when you go the other
yeah,
way.
so that's what you want me to do. And so it kind of makes sense, because sometimes the things is like women,
So
we
speaking
should
of,
look we should look the sorry.
No, that was
No,
somebody's
no, sorry.
video playing.
Oh,
Go ahead.
so we should
Hold
look.
on, babe, go on mute.
We can love someone, or we can really be in love with a guy, or we can build him and this and that. But at the same time, women, we need to also look for our, like the lady say, for our kids and ours, because we're the one who's going to get pregnant. We're the one who's going to end up with the child. And if we don't have someone financially secure, because finance is everything, to be honest with you. Because for women, okay, you can love someone, you can be, love doesn't last more than, most love is infatuation. Of course, there's a real love that comes after, with the struggle, with everything in that. But look, women looking for financial stability, it's not a gold digging, because
Mhm.
you're the one who ended up, because the man is not going to get pregnant. You're the one who ended up getting pregnant. And then if your man is not stable financially, he has money, and then what you're going to do? You're going to work. I'm pregnant right now, and then I work almost 7 months, like while I'm pregnant, like 16, 17
Right.
hour every single day, because
Yeah.
the choice I made with the guy I made, I should have looked for, maybe it should be someone old but rich or something. I should look for that, instead of looking for someone, even if that person I get pregnant with is stable financially, whatever.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, if the relationship work or it doesn't work, woman is, it's like the kids, your family is your burden either way,
Yeah.
because nature give us that. So for us looking for financial, someone stable financially, mentally, and everything, is
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. It shouldn't be gold digging. Actually, we should look for that kind of man. So also a man knows he has to be financially stable and provider to go to women, so that
Yeah.
way it can come to the point where our kids can be like, happy. Because when a mom is happy while pregnant, the kids is going to be happy. When the man is stressed, it's a study, it's not even me saying that, the science is showing that a lot of mother who's pregnant and stress out, work hard and all
The
that,
kids are
they're going
stressed.
to, the kids are stressed out when they come out. So you have to see the big picture, not the small picture. You just be infatuated by the guy. Oh, I'm loving him, he's going to be a provider, I see some
So
potential in him and all that stuff. But yeah,
So
that's
let me jump in. Damaris made a comment. She said, "We're talking about the white girl on TikTok." Damaris said, "I heard I need a husband that has money and will hold me down. Everything was I, and there is no I in we." So she definitely heard
She
the
gets it.
selfishness. She heard the
Yeah,
selfishness. Okay,
yeah, I did.
let me play this clip, y'all. So this is the actual clip that I wanted to get to. This is Anthony Edwards' baby mama. Her name is Aisha Howard, and she's kind of explaining how she's labeled a gold digger, and she don't really like it. So listen to this clip real quick, y'all.
Came into this situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and I have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you beating those allegations. Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby?
So she's pushing back on people that are saying she's gold digging. She's like, well, then y'all must be poverty digging because you picked baby daddies to help you get income tax credit and food stamps, not a baby daddy that, was secure and financially stable. Now, there's a lot of holes in what she said, but Corey looked like he ready to explode. Corey, do you have a reaction?
Of course, I have a reaction, sir.
Okay. First of all, is her thought process gold digging? The fact that she says y'all picked men in poverty, I picked successful men. What's wrong with that? Is that mindset? Does that make her a gold digger, or does that make her wise or foolish?
Foolish. Foolish.
I can go so many ways. The first way I will go to, she said this is her second baby by a successful man. This is my second baby by a successful man. Okay, ma'am, what is your job? Let me see your W-2. Then you're on the internet about people talking about you. So now we're talking about you on the internet to do some more clicks. So for me, that sounds like what? You ain't got no job with a W-2.
Yeah.
Okay, I already know where you used to work, how you got little baby.
What? Tell
Yeah.
us, because we don't know. No, tell the public. Tell us.
Oh, she's a stripper.
She a stripper, Corey?
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Where is she strip at?
Come on now.
She was she an Atlanta stripper? Did she mess up hip
Ding
hop?
ding 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 ding. So she might be here at one time or the other here. She got a card.
Wow.
That's her business card. She got a card.
Okay.
But ma'am, this is okay. Say what you want to say. Yeah, they chose you. But you also chose over your legs for a reason. You could have said no to them. You sure could have said no.
Yeah.
Because you got the power. Ladies, y'all got the power. Everyone out there in the internet world, the ladies have the power. You don't have to open your legs at all to be in a situation to where we're talking about why is he paying $1.8 million for child up front. You
Up
ain't
front.
got after we wouldn't be talking about this at all.
So
All you had to do is say no. If
that's
you're not a gold digger.
And that's what I got from what she was saying. What I got from what she was saying was there's some bias in her statement. Her statement assumes that a woman just gonna get pregnant on purpose. Her statement
What?
was, you pick somebody without money, I pick somebody with money. It's like her assumption is we all gonna have a baby daddy. So if you're gonna have a baby daddy, pick one that's
Might as
rich.
well get paid
And,
either
and,
way.
and guess what that
Yeah,
sounds
Yeah,
like?
and that's a
That
flaw in
sounds
that's what
like
it sounds like.
somebody
Either way.
they did it on purpose. Am I correct?
yes. That's what it sounds like
That
to me.
that's
Yes.
all I'm saying. That's
Okay,
all
but
I'm
my
saying.
thing is, since you want to use picking a successful man
Okay.
for your baby daddy, what you gonna do when these kids are 18 and that money is gone?
Yeah.
What's gonna be your next plan?
On top of that, cuz what you gonna do when these kids are running rampant at school and ain't got no father in their life and need some damn direction and discipline? But you just have checks. You got
No,
a
she
check
has a
from-
body, is what she said. She has a body.
She said
I,
she
I,
has
I, I hope as parents, either way, because it's still kids involved, and you know what I'm saying. I'm married with 4. I'm still thinking about the kids, no matter what. So I'm looking past all the BS, all the hype, and hopefully both of them get it together. Where he cut the check. Yeah, they talking all this now, man. That little girl, like my Corey said, was a girl well confronted. She gonna go back and watch some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
you just got to think there's a kid involved still at the end of the day. So I hope both parties just put their pants on, you know, big boy, big girl pants. In any situation, we talking about this, or anybody going through something, and just think about the kids, man. Hey, you didn't want it to work. You didn't think it was gonna work, or you didn't know it was gonna work. The kids still involved. The money ain't there no more. That's what I think about too, cause Bronze, I want to say this too. What, like you were saying, what if your husband wasn't here or something like that? What if like your significant other had it all and just lost it all too as well?
Mm.
You know, like what if you just, you know, like old girl, like the white girl was saying, hey, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. Yeah, you got all that, everything going fine, all this, and in 10 years something just happened where he's still here, but he can't provide no more. Life happens.
Yeah.
And you got that mindset, I want it, you know, for me. And then when you can't get it for me, and then plus when the kids is involved, you go out looking for somebody else because you can't. Yeah, now you a gold digger. You just maybe didn't even know you was a gold digger, but I was just peeping the statements. Maybe, you know, I just wanted to say that, cuz man, you just got to pay attention to the wordplay, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%, man.
But real
Yeah,
quick,
go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
My thing is this. What if Anthony Edwards actually said, you know what? Let me get custody of the child. Period. And you don't even talk about this. Let me just have custody. You think she'd give her that baby without a fee?
No, she wants the payment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's because we
The
already know
baby,
what we
the
did.
baby is a bargaining chip.
And that's what
The
I hate.
baby is a
That's what
bargaining
I hate,
chip
bro.
for
This is
her
what I
lifestyle.
hate. This is what I
And
hate.
that's the issue with this
With anybody.
situation.
This
With
shit I hate.
anyone.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not thinking about the child. You think about yourself. You just call your baby a baby. Like it's a baby. Like it's like it's I understand you can't tell your child's name, but the way you said it is like an object. Like,
Her
yeah,
meal
I
ticket.
got this. I got this car, and this, I got a car for Anthony.
Mm.
Man, that's a whole baby. The that car is not going to depreciate value. That the car that you have, the baby that you have, is going to grow
Mhm.
up in value. Ain't going to have thoughts. This is not a
Yep.
car, but you're
Yep.
talking about your baby like it's a car.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, no. So I want to show this right here. Remove and add. Okay. I'm going to zoom in. So this is an article about Aisha and Anthony Edwards. There it is. All right. Says the NBA star Anthony Edwards is in a nasty court battle with ex Aisha Howard over their daughter, Aubrey Summer Howard, who was born in October of 2024. The pair, who allegedly met in 2022, is legally fighting over child support for their infant, leading fans to wonder who Aisha is and inquire about the details of her relationship with Anthony. What is Aisha Howard's job? Aisha is a brand ambassador and musical artist, according to her Instagram. However, in December 2024 court documents obtained by In Touch, Anthony claimed that Aisha worked as a dancer at Magic City until January 2024. Where does she live? She has a residence in Georgia before she moved to LA. How does Aisha Howard shares door with Anthony? All right, yeah, so we knew that part. Now this is a picture of her. You know, she's a pretty young lady. Okay. It says that he filed a
That's her
motion in the
problem.
case.
People keep calling her pretty. She all right.
Damn, Corey. You go. She mid, Corey.
That's the problem with gold diggers. If you keep telling them they pretty all the doggone time, you put them in the upper echelon of things. Every woman on earth is beautiful to somebody's eyes.
Right. Well, I
Okay,
mean, that goes to pretty privilege, right? Though, Corey. I mean,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. She got pretty privilege because somebody famous said you look gorgeous or whatever, and now they're gonna put you on a pedestal. Now you're like, this is all I got. I'm gonna use it. What they say on Players Club?
use what you got, something like that.
To use what you got to get what
Get
you
what you
want.
want.
Yeah, what you want. Believe it or
That's
not,
what she did.
I heard a minister preach that when I was 9 years old.
Dave, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, TG.
You know, other things is like, yeah, it's a financial thing and the situation, but I think it's hard who to blame, to be honest with you, in both way. Also, you know, sometimes even though those girls, okay, you know, it's we live in a country where black people don't have men or women don't have a lot of choice of work, choice of education, and all that stuff, right? You come from poverty, and then probably this girl is because choose a stripper because we don't know her background or her situation. If she have drug addicted family, whatever she came from, right? So she choose this. She ended up meeting those caliber, whatever she called it. But then at the same time, you know, we never really blame the man this too because Corey's supposed to wear a fucking condom. Okay, I'm sorry, because if he is responsible to make those girls, those rich whatever guy who call those girls gold digger, they have option to protect the women. You know what I mean? Because when in there are situation, it's like we can only blame the woman's side for being gold digger or sleeping with those women. Actually,
Yeah,
she I personally appreciate those women who sleep with a man who's rich, who has money, than who doesn't have money, because at least even though the baby might not have a father around or whatever situation, but at least the baby can go to private school. The baby at least is not going to be stripper like her, or her daughter is not going to be a stripper like her. You know, the
mm,
baby will have a better life than her. You know, she don't repeat the same pattern as her. So that's why I'm thinking like sometime, you know, one thing I learned here is like either way nobody's really right, because the man also had a choice. Okay, why wouldn't you, when you sleep with those women, you know, they gold digger, she have a history. Of course you ask, when you go out for a date, you ask the
mm,
woman who she have baby with, what she did, whatever, you know. So if you know the risk you're going to have with this baby, then after she have the baby, you don't have the right to say go and abort the baby, because at this point it's her body, her choice. She have the right to do whatever. Your right
right,
is aimed up as soon as you sleep with her without protection. You know what I mean? You gave your right on that in that thing,
right in
like,
the moment.
yeah, right at the moment you sleep with her. So that's why I say men and women, we all need to take accountability for our action. You know what I mean?
So,
Sometimes
TG, why would a man, Corey Retro, help me out? Why would a man like Anthony Edwards or Zion Williamson or anyone else with a lot of money, why would they sleep with someone without a condom, knowing it's casual, knowing it's casual, knowing that I'm not really seeing her as a wife, she not seeing me as a husband. I know she fine, she strip at Magic City. Why not just strap up? Why these cats gotta, go raw? Knowing the risks.
Uh, are you asking a question? Why?
Yes, I am. That's a question.
Okay, we don't know why, but no one. They're 23 years old.
Oh, then we know why, Corey. It's because they
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
they want to feel something strange for some change.
They're 23, but also, like I said, I'm 52 now.
Hmm.
I started having sex at 20, 21. My first time having sex with my ex-wife, No
I-
condom.
Hold on, sir. I didn't know that, Corey. Corey,
Yeah, don't don't
you
don't
mean
don't.
you mean all them years in high school, Corey? I thought that your ex-wife was
What?
the first time, Corey.
Yeah, Lisa was my first.
Hey, man.
Jesse Gatson showed me his check, and it said CS on there. That scared me all the way to 21 years old.
CS
My
for somebody
father,
else.
child support. That's what it
Oh
meant.
Lord, have mercy. Jesus Christ! I didn't know that. I don't want CS on
My
my.
father told me every time you have sex and you think you're
Awesome.
good enough, expect a baby. I don't care if you got a condom on, expect a baby.
Mhm.
If you can do it, that means you can provide.
Mm.
So that's why I waited until I like, oh well, sure, I got 2 or 3 jobs. At least I have a baby. I'm good. I think I can be able to do it. But guess what? She also chose me,
She did, and y'all were married.
and we
Well,
were married.
wait. Did y'all wait till, or y'all?
What? No, this before we got
Okay,
married.
but you married
But
her though.
who I married her. But the
I got
thing
you.
is, she chose me.
Okay.
And that's why yes. But when men are 18, 16, 15, 16, look, man, look.
Right.
Yes, it's both people's fault.
But Aisha chose Lil Baby, and
Exactly.
Aisha chose Anthony Edwards, but she didn't necessarily wait to get married or choose. It sounds
She ain't married now.
to be
Yeah, she
honest.
won't be.
Thank you, because it sounded like she targeted them
Yeah, she did.
because
She
this
did.
is what I mean. Hear me out. Everybody know who Lil Baby is. He's a huge rapper.
Yeah.
Everybody know who Anthony Edwards is that follows the NBA. He's the new it guy, right? Young guy, big contract. So a lot more women know him than he knows specific women. So you could say that she targeted men of fame to get in their circle, to get in their presence, to go get pregnant, unless they just all came to Magic City and she just got caught up in the emotion and let them go wrong.
Yeah, and a lot of women, I hate to say it, have crapped out on dudes that have the look of think they're rich, but they're not.
Hmm.
And they get caught up. Well, you ain't got no money? Oh no, I just had this look. That ain't your car? No, girl, I'm with a 2-row.
All right, so I got a question for the panel. So the question is gold digging, right? Is it wise or foolish? That's the question. Gold digging, is it wise or foolish? Now, let's say she was gold digging on purpose. Let's say that it wasn't love. It wasn't, I thought he was a good dude and I thought we were going to be, a committed couple. Let's just say she knew good and dang on well she was about to go have some fun. And he knew he was going to have some fun. And let's just say that she, on purpose, caught him up and got pregnant. Was that a wise decision or a foolish decision to go get pregnant by a baller that could pay $1,080,000 in one pop? Was that a wise decision or foolish decision?
Man, shit. I'm gonna go with what TG was saying. I think they knew, bro. Like, okay, Lil Baby might not knew. We say Lil Baby might not knew. But
Okay.
then when they go to Anthony Edwards, he probably knew that she had a baby by somebody else. So it's like, that's why I think as well he just cut the money too as well, bro. It's like, okay, just he go to 1.8. You got me. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Kind of go both ways, bro. But I do see TG point when she was saying like it can be like the guys they know certain girls. You know to stay away from them. You know you know what they for. You catch them at a strip club. Now I know that she was at a strip club. Ain't nothing wrong with a strip club. I'm just saying. You called at the club, bro. You shoot up the club. You called at the club. Don't get mad when you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
especially if the girl at the club is offering extras. If she offering extras, you might want to stay away from that because that means you're not the only client she offered extras to.
But
You
that's
know what
just
I'm saying?
that's in that instance though, far as gold digging. That's just with that one.
Yeah.
It still can go another way where it can be um a doctor
Mm,
versus somebody that ain't got nothing either. We just talking about hip hop, like kind of love and hip hop stuff, but it
right.
can kind of go all ways too when you get into the money and the tax bracket and how people feel.
Mm-hmm. And to the point earlier Damaris made, go ahead, babe. Right after I'm done. White girls can be gold diggers too. I was trying to make a point that it seemed like sisters only get accused of it, right? But we just saw the video of the white girl that was like, I want a man with security. The only saving grace, in my opinion, is that she said husband and family. But even Damaris didn't hear that. She was like, I didn't hear all that. All I heard was I. So gold digging can appear in a bunch of different ways. Um, so, babe, is gold digging wise or foolish? You know this man can pay a lot of money. You know he's rich. You know he's spending, having fun. Is it wise or foolish to play that game and try to gold dig?
I mean, just going back to the girl, what's her name?
Aisha Howard.
Aisha. I think to her it was a wise decision because you got to think about it. I don't know if she had I don't know if she had the baby, her first child with little baby before or after he got famous. I'm not sure the timeline on that. I do know that she was his first baby mom. He has two baby moms. Jada Waiter, the one they call Jada Waiter, and this lady.
Okay.
So I think to her it was a wise decision because she's a 38-year-old stripper, right? As beautiful as she is, what are her actual prospects for getting married? Like, let's be real. Men come there, they see you dance around, you get your money to set in a third. You're 38 years old, you already have one kid by this rapper guy. So I think for her it was wise because she doesn't really have any other prospects for anything concrete.
Mm,
Like I'm not saying I'm sure other guys are approaching her. She's beautiful. But what are they approaching you for? They're approaching you for sex, some type of sexual
Get that
innuendo,
baby for a
whatever.
check.
mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
She has no actual prospects for anything concrete. So to her, this is wise. Let me rack up rich baby daddies so I
Mm,
could be good, so me and my baby could be good, so I could be good. Maybe I might stash a little on the side. Maybe I might be an influencer because, hey, now I'm a famous person's baby mom. So I think sometimes women like this, they kind of, it's kind of implied, but nobody really says it. Like, yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you have a body, right? But who's really approaching you for anything concrete? Because if they were, she would have done it by now. Like if men who were actually worth their weight in gold were approaching this lady and offering her
mhm.
marriage, she would be married by now. But because she has no actual prospects for that, she's doing the quote unquote next best thing, right? So I can't get your hand in marriage, but I could get a baby by you.
So, okay, in her situation, it was a smart move for her
I
because
think for
she,
her,
she
she
ain't got
thought it
that
was
many
smart.
prospects.
Right.
But in general, is it smart? This is now to the rest of the team. In general, is it smart for a woman to think transactionally to the point of this baby is a transaction?
I really don't think they think about the long term effect
Mm,
of what that child can go through. It's like I'm in education,
hmm.
so I see a lot, and I see what these kids go through when they don't have mom and dad and everything needed for them to feel love. You're
Hmm.
looking at it from your perspective. I chose a baby daddy with money. Fine. But what are you going to do when this baby is looking for her father? What are you going to do when this baby, now there's a father daughter dance and there's no father that really wants to take her?
Mm.
It's a lot of things that, I'm saying, she is not looking at. It's all about her because she's pretty. She has the body, she has this, and she has that. And honestly, if she was sitting in my face and told me that to my face, she would have had a nice little choice of words. And one thing that you will not ever be is married. Who wants that? You already putting it out there that you don't what you only want $1. You having kids is your meal ticket. You're 38 years old and you don't have a pot to piss in nor window to throw it out of. So since you can't do that, let me just go ahead and spread my legs and get me a baby daddy. So like I said, once these kids are grown, what are you gonna do? Where you gonna get your money from now? What you gonna do after this baby get a certain age? You gonna go find another rich daddy to maintain your life? Because God only promised you 70 years. So if you still living, how you gonna support yourself? You're gonna expect your kids to support you?
Probably. That's usually what happens. That's probably, which is really effed up because your children should be able to grow up, have their own thing going on, and go live their life, not take care of you because you failed to make smart choices in your youth. So
Yeah. I do think that she's not thinking long term, Bronze. She definitely is just thinking, okay. In fact, Anthony Edwards might have been like, he might not have known who she was, you guys. He might not have known her history with Lil Baby. He might have just been, let's say he don't keep up with the news. Let's say he don't keep up with who's sleeping with whom. So he don't really know who got a baby with who, right? Let's say he at the club, he's traveling in the NBA, he hit Magic City. Dang, she bad. She letting him know he can get it. He like, man, you giving it, I'll take it. And then they go have a night. And I don't know why. Maybe he decides to shoot up the club. And then he realizes, damn, she's got a baby daddy. Oh, she's done this before. Oh, shoot, I'm a victim.
But he's 23 and she's 38.
Did you say shoot up the club?
Yes.
Yeah, but we can't really absolve we can't really diminish or absolve him of meaningful choice and all that. First of all, that what's his name? Anthony, what is it?
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards has a baby mother. He has another baby mother whom he has children with. He already has a family. He decided to step out on that woman to get with this woman. He is wrong as well. And he should have enough common sense not to do something like that. So they're both wrong. And for you to even, and from what I heard, he didn't really even pay the money. He put it out there. His publicist put a story out saying that he paid 18 years worth of child support up front because this lady is ruining his reputation, I guess, with the NBA or whatever endorsements or whatever that's going on. But for you to say, to post pictures and say, oh, these are the only children that I love and I'm not taking care of your baby and I could care less about that baby, he's wrong too. Because if you're gonna
that's how far he went. He went that far.
Yeah, I heard because
Yeah.
I heard something earlier about all of that. I didn't even know who these folks were, but I heard something earlier about it. He was posting pictures with his baby mom that he's with and her children, and he was saying, these are the only kids that I love. I don't want anything to do with your baby. And the fact that you would say something like, I'm gonna pay 18 years worth of child support up front so you don't have to be bothered with this lady and your daughter is wrong. That's wrong because like Retro said, that little girl is going to grow up one day and see all of this. And how do you think that's going to make her feel?
Yeah,
She
that's the
don't have
worst
nothing
part.
to do with adults being reckless.
Right.
She didn't ask to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's wrong as well.
Dave, can I say something too after? You finished, Destiny? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm glad Destiny came and then she really put it that way because, as I said, yes, it's like two wrong don't make one right? But both have to be taking accountability and responsibility for their own actions, what they did, because this is the child that coming out as Destiny say, he doesn't want nothing to do with the baby, and so it's not fair. And then at the same time, also sometimes she make a foolish decision, but also as I said before, you have to go to the background of this most most people's household growing up, the man, the woman in this country, in a black community, grows without a father or mother figure. So all they know is how to hustle, how to get there. Even the baby comes, it comes, you know what I mean? It's everyone look out for some kind of opportunity and stuff like that, because people really don't value about family. Yeah, like even like I can
Mm,
tell you from my experience, I had my first son with marriage, right? I was married. I even was telling my friend the other day, a white man make me a wife, but a black man make me a baby mother, even though I tried not to become a baby mother. You know what I mean? So
mm,
I haven't had, my son is 14 years old. I haven't had a baby for 14 years old. I was staying away from those people. I try as soon as I put my guard down, because when you get older, you put also your guard down. It's not also about money. As a
right.
woman, you always, the older you get, the guard you put down, because you start saying like, maybe it's me, I'm the
Yeah.
problem. You know what I mean? Maybe you say, because all this year I've been picky, I've been this. Let me choose this person. Probably is nice for me, because sometimes guys, trust me, they come in a way where it's so crazy. Like they convince you you're the only woman in this planet. You're the only
Right.
person they wanted to spend the rest of their life with, knowing that they just being foolish trying to get under your pants, right? And then even, like even in my own experience, if you ask me to be honest, I'm 8 months pregnant now. And then, this person was telling me like, oh, we were protecting ourselves, but at some point he was like, oh, you know what, my pull-out game is good, da 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 da. And then you start believing these people, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I know I should think that, but like, you ended up in situation like this, then you be like, okay, now this happened, let's
TG,
be a family.
I gotta pause you.
I'm
I,
just
I
I'm
I
just
can't
being
let you
like,
blast past that. TG, hold on,
Man,
TG. Hold on,
oh,
TG.
wait a minute.
seriously.
Hold on, TG. Hold on. Me and you gotta talk. Where's my layout? There it is. TG. Why did you go for the old banana in the tailpipe trick? The My pullout game is strong, and yeah, baby, I can't miss. I'll never. No, I got you, baby. What the TG?
No, okay,
You went
Dave,
for the
listen.
pullout game
No. Then
move.
you don't even, you see, that's the thing. Women can get pregnant with a pre-cum too. A lot of people don't even have that understanding, because they be like, okay, believing the man, and then you ended up being pregnant. Even you baby become, is not even with a full sperm, with a pre-cum, you become pregnant. It's like, there is a way of things can happen to women. That's what I'm trying to say is, Dave, it's not even a joke, right? I'm just
No, I know,
telling
I
you
know, I
for
know.
what. Like,
But okay, so I'm not gonna tease you. But TG, as a friend, right? As a friend, I was, when you told me you were pregnant, I said, oh man, okay, wow, who's the dad? And we talked and everything, right? And I'm like, okay, so what's are y'all still working on it? And it was unsure, and now it sounds like it's even more unsure.
no,
Um,
yeah, because the damage is already made. Because women, we try. Sometimes we try. Some women, especially me, I came from a culture where men and women supposed to be married to have even a child, right?
yeah,
So I came from, maybe the marriage might not work at the end, because God knows. So we try, you try, but at some point you realize that, you know what, you own your own. So a lot of people here don't value marriage, don't value family. So you can make a man to become a man, because you believe that, because they have to want it, you know what I mean? They
yeah,
have to want it to create a family. They have to learn a family value too. So my thing is like, even I experience it myself by dating. I'm not saying all African American or Black American. I'm just saying, look at you. You have a wife. You know what I mean? There's a great, amazing Black men too. But most of them, they never learn how to, value a family and all that. Once they have a baby, even financially, they are stable. They be like, okay, I'm going to pay child support. and then this person, might have history, even another, children and all that stuff, and then never be married and all that, because for them it's a normal things to do. So you can get, as a woman, also you can get caught up on this thing
Yeah.
while you waiting. Imagine a woman waiting for 14 years trying to choose the right person, if not to stay single for life after
Yeah.
her first marriage failed, ended up being a baby mama. It's a shame, even a shame for me, you know what I mean? A shame for my
Yeah.
child, a shame for everyone who's involved in my
Well,
life. So I'm telling you, sometimes we can just blame only the women. Oh, because she get pregnant, she wants money. It's not only money by itself. It's a lot of things involved into it, under it, because we not
yeah.
there what happened, at the time.
Yeah.
We just
Let
talk
me.
about what we see. And
So
then
let me jump in right here, TG. So first of all, congratulations, TG, on your baby. And I'm gonna say this
you
because I
guys.
mean, Christine, Panama Princess said, TG, you're pregnant right now. Like, yeah, yeah. And look, thank you for announcing it. I know you announced it already on the gram, TG. But when me and Destiny found out a few months ago, I was like, "You want me to say something on my show?" You were like, "No, Dave." I was like, "Okay." So I had to keep it quiet. But I will acknowledge this, right? And you made a great point. When you've been single, 14, 15, 16 years, you've been trying to date and find the right one. Sometimes you kind of believe, okay, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to open up. I've been too picky. Let me see what it is. So, we're not going to fault any woman for falling and opening up and giving love a chance. And then the guy just don't pan out. That stuff happens, right? And I really hope that you and the baby's father can co-parent and that your baby will be good, because I believe your baby will be good. But I want you to be good too. Having said that, intentionally talking about now this young lady right here, Aisha Howard, and the idea that she might have intentionally, gotten pregnant in order to get a check, and that she might have intentionally done it twice with a major rapper like Lil Baby, and now with Anthony Edwards. I heard what you said, Destiny. Babe, when you said in her situation, 38-year-old stripper, she might not have a better option, so it might have been smart or wise for her. But in general, to the panel, is the transactional mentality that, hey, he got money. If I get pregnant, then guess what? I just came up. Like, he can fuck around and find out. Like, some people just say, hey, all right, you wanna shoot up the club? Go for it. I already told you I'm not on birth control. I already told you, I'm not looking for nothing serious. And I mean, some women will gamble because they know he's rich. They would not gamble, as she even said herself. Y'all mad at me because I got with two well-to-do, successful men, and I happen to get pregnant. She said, but y'all over here getting pregnant by basically people that don't have the means. She kind of was like, I'm smart, and y'all not.
So Dave,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how long do you think it took Anthony Edwards to get with her?
Oh man, one night.
One night.
One night out at Magic City, he throwing money. She one of the baddies walking around, and she gives him special attention. And he got caught up.
So he didn't have to court her.
Mm-mm.
He didn't have to have a real conversation.
Mm-mm.
She already knew who he was.
He might not have known her damn regular name.
That's one point. Her
He could have said, my name is Diamond.
is superstar, whatever. But the thing is, there are not. I'm not gonna. I'll say this. Anthony Edwards. I think most men. I hate to say it. God, though, we go through a time in our life, especially during that age, where we really just want to get it off. You want to shoot up the club. We're not even thinking right.
Not the club though, Corey. You ain't gotta shoot the club up to
dog. Listen to what I said. Did you listen to what I said? We
TG, I'm not being funny, but when you were like my pullout game, so Corey, we saying that we come on, man. In your teens, you ever tell a girl, "Hey, my pullout game good," you know?
man, you know what I said at that young age.
What?
Oh, the worst thing ever you could say to a woman.
Oh no, what'd you say?
Hey, let me just put the tip in. But guess how old I was?
Hey,
I was in
hey,
my
baby.
20s. I was
Hey,
young.
hey, baby. After the show, guess what I want
No, that don't count.
to guess what I want to do?
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Update.
Dave, you
Tell
just
him
take me
again.
off. No, Destiny.
My cousin, Lord Jesus.
Wait.
Unnecessariness.
Wait. But Corey, the difference is,
No,
look, I have a right. Look, that right
I know
there
that,
gives
but I get that.
that right there
I'm
gives
not
me
talking
the right
about. I'm not talking
to
about
tell my
tonight,
wife
sir.
I
I
want to
get
be.
that.
What did Bill say on Uptown Saturday Night? He said, "All up in your crevice,
Chris.
your crevice,
I
your
had something to
crevice."
say, just listening to everything and just thinking about what she did and everything like
Bronze,
that.
Bronze. I got a question, cuz
What's up?
a man ever tell you my pullout game is strong, or a man ever tell you I just want to put the tip in and you went for it?
I mean, we all have heard that.
See,
We all have heard that. Been through that.
I want to know the man. I want to know the name of the man that actually only put the tip in and was like, "Okay, I'm good." I want
no,
Dave, I
I
want you to
there's
remember you
not
are my cousin.
one
My
on
God.
earth.
I'm side-eyeing people now.
yeah, no man ever said, "Okay, baby, that was perfect. The tip. That's all I needed was a tip."
That's all I
Thank you,
need.
babe. Go to bed. Go to bed. I'm about to just yeah. No man ever said that in life. Man get the tip in, he gonna lose his mind. Like listen, what Al Tariq's favorite statement, Corey?
What?
You give a mouse a cookie, he gonna want a glass of milk.
That's right. All day.
I mean, to Corey's point though, like I get that, like being young and stuff, but I would still argue that that's foolish. Like I feel like a man who cannot control himself sexually or fails to practice sexual restraint is a weak man. That means
Yeah,
that you
we are
can
weak
be
at that age.
that means that a woman can manipulate you just by simply
Exactly. Come on, Destiny. Exactly. Keep
Daisy,
yeah,
going.
but then you could ruin your life. Like, but think
And
about
come
the
on.
fallout of that.
Exactly.
thus
That's not smart.
we have this woman,
We're
babe.
not Destiny. We're
Thus
not
we have
smart at
her.
that
Then you
age.
got
Thus we
this
have her.
one for the next 20, and it don't stop at 18. Because kids, I didn't move out of my grandmother's house till I was 24 and I went off to law school. And I would have stayed longer if I could have. But the thing is that kids, like, it doesn't stop at 18. They go to college, they need stuff, they have weddings, like,
It stops for transactional parents that
Yeah,
don't really give a damn about them kids.
exactly.
Transactional
Destiny.
parents that's just
Yeah,
like, stop calling my name. I already gave you your food. You ain't trying to help them with homework. You ain't trying to help with their
right,
emotional ups and downs.
right.
And then when you 18, you'll get the hell out my house.
And see, and
Right.
that's another point I was getting ready to make.
Exactly.
Go
In
ahead,
the
Brian.
midst of like all the stuff that she was saying, because we in a different day and age now.
Yeah.
If you go into the courtroom, the mother ain't gonna always necessarily walk out with the victory. You got men out here
true.
raising their children now.
That's very true.
So it's not it's not panning out the way it used to. And with her not having the financial stability that she really
Right.
wants, even if he did take her to court, it ain't about what she don't want. The judge gonna look at what she can supply versus him.
Right.
Who
And
can
here
take
you,
who is better fit to take care of this child?
even with him traveling 82 games out of a season, financially, he's better prepared. He can get nannies. You know what I'm saying? He can have chefs. I mean, that child's gonna have the best of the best NBA salary, and he already had like a huge contract extension. She, on her best night, at Magic City might make $10,000 in a night on her best night. Maybe she make 50,000 a night on her best night. That's a drop in the pan as compared to
We know
what
she
that
ain't
man
working there
makes.
now.
Well, no, not pregnant. Not pregnant. And this is gonna mess up her business. What men are gonna really want to deal with her? They're like, oh, you old girl that got Lil Baby and Anthony Edwards. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, we know what you want. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, and on top of that, no offense to sex workers and strippers, but you got to have an exit plan. You're 38. How long are you gonna be a baddie? Competing with 21-year-olds.
Okay, let me.
Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead, Corey. You know some baddies.
Let me just say what's going on today, because we as men are not that smart.
Okay.
They can record old stuff now and play it over and over and over again,
What you talking about?
like on OnlyFans. So let's say, for instance, listen to what I'm saying. Let's say, for instance, this person right here, Aisha Edwards, right? She's 38 now. If she have enough film, just like a album or anything, you got enough recording. You can record and do this. And we are here, the OnlyFans women are, and whoever, not just women, just whoever does OnlyFans are making millions.
Is that really true though? Are these women making $2 million
Good
a night?
Lord,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, they are.
But
Yes,
we
they
really
are.
validate? I hear the stories.
No,
'Cause
there are statistics. There are statistics.
Yes.
Like
Come
a
on,
lot of, I
Destiny.
think they said like 80% of men in America are subscribed to OnlyFans. These young girls are pulling like millions of dollars a
Destiny
year.
ain't the young ones, it's the old ones too. Like I said, if you're an older person, if you're an older, pretty woman, and you get on the OnlyFans and you can just say, hey, let's say Aisha was pregnant, right? She got like 2 years of old stuff that she could put on. They don't know.
And and she could do the stuff pregnant because people have
And
kinks.
come on,
She could do
Destiny.
some
Everybody got
pregnant
a
porn
fetish.
and probably make double
Yeah. You got toes,
toes.
all of that stuff, brother.
But I'm not trying to be funny, but I even the
Damn.
people that's doing that, I mean,
Retro been
what
quiet for
are
80
y'all
minutes.
thinking
Retro
about?
said, damn. He said, damn.
Like, what are they doing for real in their life? Like, for instance,
Okay.
I'm in education. Found out that a teacher had
Come on.
OnlyFans
That's right.
Wait. At your
Yeah,
school?
at
they
another
do.
school in the district. Found out that she had OnlyFans. She only employed.
Auntie's turning up. Damn.
Yeah. You said she only employed.
By OnlyFans. But now she done went to school for a degree,
Right.
got a
Right.
degree, and now she ain't all that she's worked for is gone because of OnlyFans.
But now she has more time to focus on OnlyFans
Mhm.
because that's all she got.
But Corey, but now, at least in the district, out there where my cousin works, now you can't get employed because you're the OnlyFans teacher, right? So okay, it's almost like
She gonna do just like the police do. She gonna go to another district.
It don't work like
Okay, go to another state.
it don't work
maybe
like
another
That's how it works.
But then listen, if you remember that song Stacy's Mom Got It Going On? Remember that song in the 80s?
Yeah.
If you Stacy's mom and you got an OnlyFans and you bad, how long can that be secret? So you leave Texas, you come to California. How long before X other student says, "Oh, hold on, ain't you Stacy's mom?"
But guess what?
Word travels.
Guess what? Now she's winning because now she got extra subscribers.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, this may be true.
But Corey, now she's a sex worker when she used to be a teacher or she used to be an engineer. Now you can't do anything but sex work.
Okay, but guess what, Dave?
Well, it might.
If you make it,
Go ahead. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, Destiny. Go ahead, Destiny.
I was just gonna say it depends, right? So maybe not in like a elementary school, middle school, high school, but certainly college, universities and stuff. A lot of those students are sex positive, whatever. Like they, you know what I mean? So she might be able to find a niche.
Babe, you know what I'm about to say. Babe,
Hey, don't you start.
somebody said to me when I started this show After Dark, and we would talk about sex and adult topics. It wasn't, well, we got a little risque, but somebody back in the day said, "Why don't you take your show to OnlyFans?" And I was like, "OnlyFans?" I'm like, "Man, I'm not making adult content." They were like, "Well, I mean, you could be on cable TV." They were like, "Dave, y'all are going in," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, we talk about grown up stuff, but." But they were like, "But you won't get censored if you go to OnlyFans." I said, "But then I'll be the guy that has a talk show on OnlyFans. I don't want to be known as that guy. I don't want to be known as the Black Hugh Hefner."
But
Like,
The Black
let me
Brian
ask you.
Gumble.
Hold on,
you know
hold
what I'm
on.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
let me ask you this, Mr. Gold Digger.
Yes.
If you're making millions, would your tone change?
Well, can I be honest? I'll be straight up with you, Corey. Listen,
Yeah.
money solves a lot of problems, right? So of course, if money is flowing in, it might feel good for a moment. But then, now this is when I was single, right? I didn't know Destiny. But then I meet Destiny. And Destiny's like, Dave, I really like you a lot. And, I know you're a Christian and you're a believer, but your show isn't conducive to Christian values. Your show isn't conducive to a family. They ain't an image I want. So, me and you, we can't, this ain't gonna work, Dave. And I'm like,
Okay.
dang, I lose the love of my life because
No, 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 no.
hold on,
But
because
you
I
stop.
had to talk about big booty chicks on my Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
But you stop, and your millions already made.
Okay, so let's ask Destiny. Babe, you meet me just like we did. You meet me on Kendra, right? You meet me on Kendra. Oh, Dave's a nice guy. Oh, Dave's a Christian. Oh, okay, divorced. Okay, no kids. Okay, smart man. Then you come to find out I've made millions on OnlyFans. I'm not Dave Life. I'm Dave Knight, and I have a show
Dave.
called Night Talk, and it ain't nothing but big booty Trudies, and they shaking everything. Now I'm fully clothed, but they just running around prancing, and I made millions. I'm the new what was that thing called? Girls Gone Wild. I'm the Girls Gone Wild guy.
No, you know you're not. We're not gonna put you in the same category, sir. No.
Well, I made millions somehow, Corey.
But
Babe,
you're not like that.
you gonna marry me, and David is Hugh Hefner. Now he got on the suit and he talking good stuff, but he got titties floating around his show. You marry me?
Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
So hold
great.
on. So now what, Corey? Now I'm stuck with hoes. Now I'm stuck
Oh,
with hoes.
whoa! I did. We're not talking about you, sir. We're talking about Destiny.
No, we made it personal. No, you talking about what if I did it
But
and I
we
made
know
millions?
that
I
we
made
know
my
that
money and I
Destiny's
got.
not a gold digger.
Now I'm stuck with hoes, Corey. Now all I got is OnlyFans, models. That's it.
Well, you know what?
I wanted a wife, and because I chose the money,
As your friend,
I'm stuck with hoes.
as your friend, I will talk to Destiny as your friend, and I'll say, Dave is an actor. You know that, right?
It's all
You know
I.
this is an act.
It's all I.
It's all an act. He's gonna shut this down.
and then I'll be like, Corey, I made $2 million last month. I don't know if I can shut this down.
Then do you say, "Hey, Dave, you know what, Corey? I'm gonna slide this to you. Thank you, brother."
Corey said he got it from here.
I got it from here.
Baby, I signed all the rights over to Corey Gatson. The story that now is gonna be called Corey at Night. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I mean, look, man, these women and men, I'll say men because a lot of times the men are the customers, but there are some men like Hugh Hefner that are the producers of it. But it's a lot going on in today's world with transactional. We talk about this a lot on the show. Transactional love, transactional relationships. And it's kind of scary when you can teach your sons and your daughters, right? Now, I'm kind of saying sons and daughters, but I'm talking about the daughters making the content. Not that I'm just picking on the women, but sex sells, and people love women more so, I would say, than seeing men. So usually it's going to be an OnlyFans model. It's going to be a woman usually. But how do you stop your child, from going that route? What do you say to a woman that says, I can make $2 million on OnlyFans by just showing myself topless? Or I can make $2 million on OnlyFans by eating food provocatively or by self-pleasuring. I'm not even doing nothing with nobody else. I'm just making sounds and it's the image. What do you do when they say, I ain't having sex with nobody, I ain't hurting nobody, but I can still make 2 million? And then they have the mentality, of someone like this that says, yeah, I had a baby, but I got paid. Like, how do we combat that, ladies? How do we combat our young ladies going those routes?
There go our future doctors,
Mm.
lawyers, teachers, whatever profession. I tell everybody every day when I see the path that some of these kids think, because some of them really think that they can go get out of school and become stars on TikTok and everything else. You gotta remember, this is our future we talking about.
Right.
Who gonna take care of us?
Hold on. Christine said, man, I'm about to shave my legs, get a pedicure, and put my feet on OnlyFans. She said she's making more money if she makes smart investments. She won't have to work for somebody else. She can live off the dividends. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Oh man, but I mean, look, y'all. There's always going to be a man that's willing to pay for OnlyFans or anything like that, because men are consumers, right? That's what men do. And when they don't want to go pursue it, they'll go pay for it and get it. Whatever it is, if it's just fantasy, titillation, because a lot of times at the strip clubs, they're selling a fantasy. They're talking to you in the ear, they're dancing for you, but it ain't nothing going on. You can't even grab them because the bouncers will be like, hey, no touching. So a lot of times, man, it's just the fantasy in the strip club, unless you get one of them strippers that's going to do extras. I'll call them favors, right? That could happen, but that's intentional on the stripper's part. A customer's not going to talk a stripper into doing favors. She's
Huh?
willing to.
What?
Corey, a customer is not gonna talk a stripper into doing favors. If he can convince her, that means
Oh,
she already do favors. She just agreed to do them with you. If you
huh?
got
What?
if you got a woman in there that's like, I don't do all that, I just dance, you're not gonna convince her to do nothing extra.
You sure?
Money talks.
You sure?
I mean,
Are you sure, Dave?
that's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong, Corey.
Oh, you're wrong, sir.
Money talks.
Money does talk, but guess what though? This is what listen to what I'm saying, y'all.
Your brother had a damn pen and a napkin.
Hank, yeah. So, Bronze, you don't know this. We was at the strip club back in the day, and Hank, normally if a young man's gonna try to holler at a stripper, he gonna try to throw some money at her, talk some game, try to be smooth. Hank pulled out a pen and paper and drew her self-portrait. He was like, "Hold still," and drew her portrait on the napkin, and it looked like her. It was good because Hank back in the day, Hank could draw. He can draw his ass off. And she didn't notice. She was like, "Oh my God, wow!" And then she was all wrapped around his finger for the rest of the night. But this
He
is
left with her.
Yeah, she did. She left with her. But this is what I'm trying to say, Corey. You can't convince a woman to do favors if she's not already open to doing favors, and that's the slippery slope of sex work, OnlyFans, that sort of thing. The slippery slope is just for a little extra. What if you decide to take it off the screen and take it home?
Let me tell you something. they're living in fantasies too as well.
Hmm.
It's not just the customer; it's also the person who's doing it. Because we're everybody's there for a reason. It's a fantasy outlet. Either somebody gonna try to find somebody that they thought they'd never get, or someone gonna treat them nice like they never been treated before. You see what I'm saying?
I'm
So
sorry.
there is you're in an atmosphere of lust
Right.
and dreams. You're on a
I'm
high, and that's everyone.
I'm laughing at Christina. Panama Princess said, as long as you wasn't putting your package on OnlyFans, Dave.
Oh God.
No. Hell no. Listen, but you know what though? You know what though, Christine? Somebody said, Dave, you should put your show on OnlyFans. And then somebody was like, well, you should do like, you should eat food. I said, what you mean? They were like, like ASMR, where you hear, where you hear the people crunching the food and the mic is like mad. The mic is like,
God, that stuff drives me insane.
What?
listen, some people really get into like, I mean, the mic is like this, and you can hear every little
Smack, yes.
when they swallow, you can hear it. I mean, the mic is so turned up, and they don't say nothing. They just get on camera and start crunching and smacking their lips and swallowing. And
Really?
listen, brother, I don't know what
You can make money from that?
babe,
I don't have to show
Like
my face.
babe.
Hmm?
What's that called? What's that called? A mukbang?
A
Is that a mukbang?
mukbang.
A muck. What?
A mukbang.
You can probably find a video on YouTube, honestly.
I'm scared to
plenty.
look. I'm scared to look because my algorithm gonna be jacked up.
I got a question for you, Destiny.
Hmm?
Would you allow your husband, your Christian born again husband,
Oh Lord.
to go do ASMR mukbang and just eat food mad loud on OnlyFans?
What kind of food?
That's the problem.
That's a good one, Destiny. That's a good one. I like that one.
That's
I like
the
that one.
problem because that's the problem because it could start off like, hey, I'm just gonna be a food critic, but I'm not gonna talk. But as soon as the audience get to you and they start saying, hey, can you eat a steak for $500? Can you eat strawberry shortcake for $1,000?
Yeah.
Can you
You damn
can
right.
you can
Yeah.
you eat strawberries and whipped cream for
Yeah.
$3,000?
Yeah.
But see, Corey, now if I do that, I'm a married man with a wife, and I'm over here eating strawberries, provocatively.
Whoa. That's what you said.
Yeah, how can you not? It's provocative, Corey.
Who said that? That's to them, not to you.
See,
You just regular
Corey.
eating.
See, you the one that's telling the girl my pullout game strong. See, that's the
You
nigga
damn
right
right.
there. That's the nigga right there.
Actually, look, it ain't strong no more. I'm 50. Look, I'm 52 now.
It ain't
It
strong
ain't
no more.
strong.
Sheesh, you going in? Oh my God, Corey, he gonna make you spit out your water.
My
Brian.
juice.
Ah man. Okay, we had a few comments earlier that were pretty good. Let me see. Okay, Christine said, I think it's a mindset. You will only do what your morals allow you to do. If you have no
Right.
morals, you can use a baby as a cash register and
Right.
not think twice about it. People are selfish.
Facts.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then she said, but listen, hoes been around since Jesus walked the earth. So hoes gotta eat too. If it's up to the man to protect his assets or not. So look, I guess hoes gotta eat too. So hey,
Hoes gotta eat.
that's the thing. We ain't talk about, I mean, someone mentioned it earlier. I think TG said it. Yo, this man, Anthony Edwards, if he knew or if he didn't know, you messing with a stripper. You pulled her out of Magic City. Why on God's green earth are you shooting up the club? Like, why? It's because you got money and you just fucking I don't care. I can shoot the club up.
Because he knows she's going.
He knows
Right.
she's going. And look, and look, neither he, and this is what Retro talked about, neither he nor she is thinking about the kids. That so now that daughter, I'm sure she's a beautiful little girl. Daddy don't want nothing to do with her because mama a hoe. And mama, you know, don't care about what daddy talking about because mama got paid. So now mama gonna be like, look, girl, we don't need no man. Look, this go get your money, go get your Skrilla. Is she gonna raise another stripper? Because or is she gonna possibly raise her daughter to be something different and put her daughter through school and her daughter become a science, technology, engineering, mathematics major, something like that. We don't know, so I'm not gonna put nothing negative on the little girl. But I'm just saying, like, the mindset, because we asked this question the other day, Retro, did stripper culture mess up hip hop? Did the stripper
No,
mentality mess up hip hop? And this is
no.
kind of similar. You know, she's thinking a child is a transaction. But is that messing up the family, the nuclear family? This whole transactional stripper, I call it stripper mentality.
Well, brother, it's society in general. You can't blame nothing if we just doing what society is already doing.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. You can't blame music. You can't blame strippers. It's already gonna be here. We've been
Mm,
hiding stuff for a long time. You think in the 1920s and 30s, they had strip clubs.
mm.
They had women and men as you know, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Come on now. We already know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's true. That's true. I mean, we just now have more platforms to see things
Right.
that we were not seeing
Exactly.
before.
Mm,
Society has to change. We got to change society, and if we want to change things, period.
Mhm.
mm, mm. Christine basically said, "Hey, I would have to wait for my dad to leave this earth before I would ever do that." Talking about the OnlyFans. She said, "But as long as the bishop is alive, I refuse to bring shame to my family." You know what? Amen.
Yeah.
I didn't know your dad was a bishop. I didn't know your dad was a bishop. That explains why you so shot out because PKs are usually crazy. Y'all don't
Come on
know.
now, Dave. Come
Panama,
on now.
Panama crazy. Panama in a good way. She's hilarious. She said, "Destiny, your baby gonna have at least 10 internet aunties, myself included." Oh, amen. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah. Mm. Well, you look, guys, we talked about a few things today. We talked about a few things. Let's go round table. Um, the question is gold digging, wise or foolish? Let's start with Retro since you kind of been quiet, Retro. Gold digging. If you're still there with me, Retro, come on back.
I'm
Gold
here,
digging.
fellas.
Overall, is gold digging wise or foolish? Now, let me set it up. A woman could get pregnant by a baller, and he could be like, "I don't want to have nothing to do with you or that baby. Here's all the child support."
Excuse-
A woman could end up gold digging and end up marrying the man. Like Anna Nicole Smith, she married an older white man who was on his deathbed, and she married him for the money. So is gold digging wise or foolish, Retro?
Prenup.
Hmm.
Mm. Prenup.
Prenup. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So it's wise for the woman, foolish for the
No,
man.
I'm just. I mean, not prenup, bro. Because I mean, either way, somebody got to protect themselves. Either way, man. So prenup. Know what you're getting yourself into, or don't do it.
Amen.
Don't
Okay.
don't 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 do it. Either way. I don't. And I get what Corey was saying about the age too as well, but wait. I just don't do it.
Mm. Okay. TG is if you still there, come off mute for me, TG. We closing the show out. TG is gold digging wise or foolish?
I think it depends on the situation. To me, sometimes it can be foolish, as you say, but also sometimes it could be smart. Either way. So it's just I don't think I see gold digging as a choice of having a better life for yourself and for your family, especially for your kids. At the end of the day, mother is responsible for the kids because dad has a choice, except the money situation. Dad has a choice to be in the kids' life or no. They can leave the kids and not come back, but mother always have to be responsible because
Yeah.
mother nature gave us that responsible too. we
Yeah.
cannot leave our kids on the street. You know what I mean? If you are
Hmm.
normal, unless you're taking a drug or something. So I think I
Right.
don't see it like, a foolishness, but just, even if you go dig wisely. You know what I mean? Not
Dig
like
wisely.
stupidly. Yeah.
TG, can you share? Do you care to show your baby bump?
Oh yeah, definitely. Give me 1 second. I know I
Right.
look horrible because I was cleaning up the whole house. But let me see. I can show you guys.
You're 8 months, TG.
Yeah, you see?
Oh,
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 hey,
I'm small, but
hey,
yeah, that 32, 33 weeks now.
what?
Yep. I keep.
are
That's
you
why I
33
told you
weeks.
don't tell
are
anybody.
you are
Nobody.
you having a girl?
No, I'm having a boy.
Another
Okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you and the baby's father? Are you and the baby's father on decent terms?
I mean, I'm trying. I'm just gonna wait until like the baby comes so we can be like co-parent. I'm good at co-parenting, even with my ex-husband.
Hey,
Good, good. That's
tell him
what's up.
if he come up with a cool 1,080,000, you can be out of his hair.
No, I want him to, but the kind of job he does, he's not mostly going to be around the kids, but I
Yeah.
will try my best. My sons have a better, relationship with his dad, because at the end of the day, you have to realize as a woman, uh, I cannot teach my kid how to be a man.
Yeah.
So especially a man, as a boy, so he has to learn how to be a man. And then my son, my big one, has the best father in the entire planet. They best friends. He's always there for him, and so I hope this one, and we do good co-parenting, so I hope this one gonna work like that too. But also, I have to work on myself too to make that happen, because even though a relationship doesn't work, not all relationship works. For the sake of the baby, you gotta put your guard down as a woman, you
Yeah.
know co-parent. And my son and my son father and we never have child support issue, because he take care of his baby, I take care of my baby. We're not having all this pressure. He never pay child support or anything. You know what I mean? I work, he take care of his
Mm-hmm.
responsible father. So it's like sometimes, if you understand, okay, relationship doesn't work, money is not going to be a problem for women who has a value
Yeah.
about life and family. You know what I mean? So for me,
Mm-hmm.
that's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
Hopefully he will come out, because he doesn't raise also in the place where this kind of things not are working. So I have to teach a grown ass 46 man or old man how to start being like, real parents and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
also for
Yeah.
me, it's gonna be another kid, teaching how to be around his kids. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, a few people said congratulations to you. They said congratulations, congratulations, and then they say you're beautiful, pregnant.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
So
thank
a
you.
lot of people. Okay. Bronze, what is your take on your final closing statement on gold digging? Is gold digging wise or foolish?
today, because of what we see and the platforms, I would definitely say foolish. It's not wise. It's not the best decision, because everybody always have a hidden agenda somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying? And if we go back to communicating, and I heard the word courting, if we go
Mm-hmm.
back to things like that, and get back to the root of it, a lot of this stuff would be avoided. I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't agree with it. She's just another, now typical baby mama, and that's not a good look. And then, like, it's her first one, a boy.
Not
I
sure.
don't know. I'm not sure.
So, so now you have two children, two different fathers, who's just out there. And now you're by yourself because, you chose to get a baby daddy with money and not get one with that's, in poverty.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who's left? Corey, did you go?
No, I did not, sir.
All right, Corey, your final statement on gold digging, is it wise or foolish?
As I listen to, and you know what, men are gold diggers too as well. And for most men, it's kind of good for us. I think about what's Kim Kardashian's mama name?
Who?
Kim Kardashian's mama.
Kris Jenner.
Yeah, yeah. That dude is winning.
Corey Gamble.
He's
Yeah, there you
well
go.
taken care of.
Yes. Come on, Destiny.
I gotta.
He's winning.
Sorry to interrupt your closing statement, but I saw a video. You know, Stephen A. Smith and LeBron had an issue.
Well,
So
what?
Stephen, they had the little back and forth about Stephen A. Smith talking about Bronny.
Yeah.
So there's a video of Stephen A. Smith walking onto the court. He walks past LeBron. He doesn't say anything. He went over to the Lakers owner, Jeannie Buss.
Yeah.
Gave her a hug.
Yeah.
Gave her a little kiss on the cheek. Shook her hand.
Yeah.
Was like, "Hey."
Yeah.
And the story was Stephen A. Smith ignores LeBron, goes directly to Lakers owner. What did he tell her? But you know what I noticed, Corey?
What's up?
Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend or former boyfriend, was next to Jeannie Buss, and I said, "Oh, he just getting passed around? Like
It's
homie
okay.
just,
That's right.
he
That's
just,
right.
I'm dick in a bottle, like dick in a
Hey,
jar."
hey, hey,
Oh,
hey,
Just
hey.
Kevin Federline, just
Golden winning.
Corey
Share
Gamble. If Corey Gamble would be the male version of a gold digger, y'all. If he truly
exactly.
is sleeping with these white women with money, because he only shows up around white women with money. So
Yes.
if he truly is sleeping with them, then he is a gold digger. He's a male gold digger.
Oh my God. But it's gold digging is only right when you pick the right ones.
Mm,
That's when it's a win.
mm,
Because you might think that this person is gold and
mm.
they might be wood.
Fool's gold.
Fool's gold. Because I can show up polo down or Louis Vuitton down and oh man, he must got money. No, I ain't got no money, player. You just lost.
So she gave up the honey for no money.
For no money. You just lost. Thank you.
Mm-mm-mm. Is sugar babying? This might be a whole topic. Is sugar babying the opposite of gold digging?
What is I don't even know what that is, brother.
No, I guess it's not. No, sugar babying is gold digging.
What is sugar baby?
Oh, when young women, well, I won't even just say young, but when women are kept by a man.
Oh, sugar daddy.
They call him the man daddy, and he does all this stuff for her. He pays bills. And all. Now the idea with a sugar daddy is that the sugar baby is giving up sugar, and the daddy is giving up money. That's the concept. But I saw an older man. He had to be in his 70s.
Yeah.
He broke up with a bad young female. He was like, "This is over," and she thought it was funny. She's like, "Oh, you're leaving me? You're leaving me?" He's like, "Yeah, it's over." And she was like, "Why is it over? Why are you leaving me?" All while she's filming this. He was like, "You ain't give me no sugar," and she
That's
was
right.
like, "Oh well, why I gotta give you sugar?" He was just like, "This is over. It's not talking about." He walked off, and when he walked off, she looked and realized he was serious, and then she got nervous.
I forgot, Dave. We
Mhm.
forgot one person.
Who?
Al Pacino
And De Niro, for that matter.
and De Niro. But
Well-
Al Pacino's not married.
He's not.
And he has to pay child support to this 30-some-year-old.
Yeah, Al Pacino's in his 80s. We did this story. We did this story
Yeah,
before on
exactly.
After
That's
Dark.
what I'm saying.
Girlfriend. Al Pacino has a 30-year-old girlfriend or former girlfriend. He's 84 and she's 30. They welcomed the child in June of 2023. He is 54 years older than this woman.
And what is her job? Why is she around? Yeah, that's what I thought.
She's a sugar baby. She was, you know,
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, she gold digging.
Listen,
All right.
you see me with old white man next year, rich, don't judge.
That's what I'm
Hey,
talking about.
do what you gotta do.
You see me with an old white man, not an old white man, TJ.
No, old white, no, old white.
TG, what country are you in?
I'm where I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm in LA.
Oh, you're in
But she,
LA. Okay.
but she's Ethiopian.
Oh, she Ethiopia. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Ethiopian, but yeah, don't judge me. Don't say
T,
anything. Just act like
T,
I love you.
babe,
All that.
I gotta blow TG up. I gotta blow TG up. You know, TG called me her husband when I jumped on her first live. You remember that, TG?
He says shit, you know what I mean?
TG always had jokes. TG always had jokes, right? TG is really low key a comedian. TG, are you a real comedian or you just got jokes? Do you have you ever done stand up?
I'm just
She's
saying,
already giggling.
we all talk like this, and next year you see me pushing him on the stroller, now wheelchair, and one hand wheelchair, one hand the stroller. You all be judging. I don't.
Not one hand on a wheelchair, one hand on a stroller. Jesus Christ. He gonna be willing. I mean, so I jumped on her live, babe, like 2-3 years ago, and she was like, "Who's this Dave Life TV? That's my husband, guys. Dave Life TV, my husband. Yeah, I'm gonna bring him. I don't know who he is." She brought me up. I always say, I said, TG, wow, man, TG ain't looking for no husband. And TG, you were. Let me be quiet because you were talking to celebrities back in the day, right?
Things is like I was as I said, I was really picky. I used to talk to people really and good whatever, but for some reason it's not always about money. I always see character. If people treat me in some type of way, I don't allow people to treat me, because remember, I came from culture where I've been growing up with pride and dignity. Okay, you cannot put money on top of your pride and dignity. So certain things it doesn't work. But I made a couple cool people who has financially stability. I date a millionaire. This is actually the poorest man I ever dated. The past
Damn. Shit.
figure. That's what I'm telling
Damn
you.
it.
Oh shit.
You put
Jesus.
your guard down. Because like, you know what? I might be the problem.
That's hilarious.
You're the problem. TG, you put your guard down for the wrong man. You should have put your guard down for a millionaire.
That's why I said maybe I should I should go on my caliber, which is like who makes money wise, who makes like 6-figure, whatever. You know what I mean? Who's
Yeah.
whatever, right? And then a family man, whatever. Then as soon as you put your guard down for those people come horrible too. So I mean, in my case, I should be mixed up millionaires, not with the wrong person. But hey, it is what it is.
All right. Babe, did you get your final thoughts on gold digging? Is it wise or foolish? And then we're done for the night after your final thoughts.
I don't think gold digging is wise, like just going by like the definition of wisdom. I don't think that it's wise, but I do think that it depends, like it can be beneficial to whoever
Right.
is doing the gold digging.
Right.
So
So
I
you
mean,
think we should start our ASMR OnlyFans where we just
Oh,
eat
Lord.
food?
no.
Dang it. It could be wise.
Oh,
Maybe we can get
Destiny,
people
if you feed David,
No.
no,
No.
that ain't gonna work.
No, you know why, Corey? Because
Right.
people don't want to see no man. They want to see a woman. If my wife is feeding me and all you see is me eating food, it's gonna be a bunch of gay men talking about yes, daddy, yes. And that's not my audience. Well, I'm not here for that. All right, y'all. It's After Dark, man. I appreciate y'all for joining, man. Catch us on the next episode. Thanks, everybody. We see y'all next Thursday. All right. We out, y'all. Peace.
Bye, y'all.